Hello and welcome to this episode of our program Arab Affairs. Today we have several files on our discussion, starting with inaugurations that took place today by President Fattah al-Sisi. Today President Fattah al-Sisi has inaugurated new expansions to the Nasser company for chemicals. The company has 25 factories that produce various chemicals. The company is one of the leading chemical and fertilizer manufacturers. Its factories use the latest technology and techniques which contribute to the high quality of its products and help protect environmental pollution. The inauguration ceremony was attended by Prime Minister Sharif Ismail, Army Chief of Staff and Ministers of Defense and Military Cooperation Sadi Subhi, Petroleum Minister Tariq Al-Mulla, and a number of other ministers and officials. Of course, this is part of a week-long inauguration by President Sisi to a number of projects in different sectors that has been occurring at this particular time, just with a message that is being given that despite all difficulties that we are facing, we are on the right track. To highlight the issue of the chemical company and the inauguration and expansions of this particular company, we have with us over the phone Dr. Gamal Al-Qalyoubi, who is an international expert in energy. Good evening to you, sir. Hello? 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 Yes, until we get Dr. Gamal Al-Qalyoubi, as we speak about the expansion, just to give a brief note about it, that the expansion of the Nasser company for chemicals, or in celebrating this particular issue, President Sisi said that the military economic activities account for no more than 2% of the country's output, dismissing suggestions that the military could control as much as half of the economy. Sisi went on to say that military made up of 1.5 to 2% of economic output, which he said was between 3 to 4 trillion pounds. I guess to highlight this inauguration of the day, we have with us again Dr. Gamal Al-Qalyoubi, international expert in energy. Good evening to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mona. I didn't catch your voice. Your voice is very weak. I didn't catch you well.
Right. So today we have witnessed the inauguration of the expansions of the Nasser company for chemicals, and we really want to know more details about this company, the significance of this expansion. How would really this reflect on the Egyptian petrochemical sector?
Generally, that's such opening today for the expansion of a portion of the developments in Nasser for chemistry, for sample chemistry. One of the seriously and important manufacturing affected directly to the intermediate manufacturing in Egypt. A portion of that one is including 5 different branches. One of the importances of the branches is the chemistry part. This chemistry part is produced over four serious material which affected significance, like sulfuric acid. This is very important in a portion of industry related to the cars, batteries, also including a lot of colors, industrial colors used in many types of cars, and also different venting. Also hydraulic acid and a portion of the chemistry department inside the Grand Nasser factory. And the hydraulic acid, one important also in many different manufacturing, also used in a chemistry portion as acidically. In addition to that, the chlor gas is very important for improve and filtrate the Nile water in many, especially across the governors in Egypt. And this is very seriously, and the demands for that part is coming high time by time, and specifically in the side to soda, caustic soda was an importance also in soup manufacturing, and also additional to the cleaning, all material cleaning is a portion of that part. Addition to that, the expansion will also include a portion of medical gases like oxygen, nitrogen, nitrous oxide, which is a really important portion in all operations and surgeries as a medical basis. Nitrogen is an important also in frozen refrigerators, frozen air conditions, a lot of things using liquid nitrogen in addition to the liquid oxygen and gases used for medical benefits. I think that's very seriously today that such expansion with 25% developments increasing related to the current status capabilities of Nasr factory today. Addition to that part, you know that the pesticides is one important manufacturing in Egypt used with the very tackling of environmental issues, and additional to one of the fifth an importance effectiveness in the agriculture, like a fertilizing. Fertilizing by this factory produce 4 different fertilizing with an importance phosphoric third and the individual one. The second they also use the nitrates and also the complexity fertilizing. 3 types of fertilizing were important and needed for our in development and improvement for agriculture and claiming of agriculture across part of Egypt at the moment.
Yes. These are the potentials of this factory. From your point of view, what do we aim in the future for this industry to be?
You know, Mona, well, that day by day our requirements from agriculture and fertilizing specifically, with additional to a lot of demands of medical materials like gases or like material of gas construction. I think such the importance of opening an expansion like this, it will improve our individual, our local demands and stop any importing from abroad what we need. So we expected by this 25% increment, we have to efficient and satisfy to cover all the needs of our internal needs.
So from your point of view, do we have the capacity to do so? Do we have the potential of reaching such an aim of not just fulfilling the needs of the domestic market, but rather also to export?
If I catch you well, yes, our option for needs, like I said to you, the area of Nasr factory had been in 1972 and was aimed to just fill the necessary material which is affected the security of the level in the country. And by this way, I think there is many opportunity for a marketing across to get an imported such material, because it's seriously and influencing and affected directly to a lot of factories, a lot of manufacturing, also a lot of needs in Egypt. So I put it like I consider of one of the issue affected to the security level in the country. So such adapting and also admin of such factory under the umbrella of the army was really to secure the demand and need, and also to secure that risk complexity of chemical manufacturing, which is not easy to open for a civil manufacturer or a civil business like this.
Just to wrap up this issue or this file, today was the inauguration of new expansions for the Nasr company for chemicals in the chemical or the petrochemical sector. On Thursday, we have seen other inauguration for President Sisi in some of the healthcare and medical hospitals, other expansions of another medical or rather health care institution. Before we have seen some other projects that were being inaugurated in the housing and transportation. I mean that this particular time frame has seen a number of inaugurations in different sectors. What message did you get, or are we supposed to be delivering to the whole world?
It's really important that the message is the infrastructure for the country was an importancy and the way forward, that we cannot just capture our economies. If we don't have these infrastructure will sustain and fulfill our requirements for our future. Such infrastructure like Nasr factory today, one of the bases for the base infrastructure allowed to maintain and secure what we need from the intermediate material affected and influenced directly to our marketing in Egypt, our needs even as citizens in daily charge. I think this is a message. The politics leading in our country is tackling well the infrastructure which had been for that long-term time, and this is our capture and beginning to forward, that we cannot go forward unless we have sustaining base of the infrastructure like what we have today, like mass expansion.
Yes, I guess that wraps up this file. Dr. Gamal Al-Qalyoubi, international expert in energy, we thank you very much for joining us. And another headline we will be addressing, today would be the UN Security Council, which has demanded that Israel halt settlements in the Palestinian occupied territories. This after the United States refrained from vetoing a resolution condemning its closest Middle East ally, and that was a surprise, or came as a surprise. In a rare step, the United States abstained enabling the adoption of the first UN resolution since 1979 to condemn Israel over its settlements policy. Applause broke out in the chamber after the text was passed, with support from all remaining members of the 15-member council. The landmark move by the UN Security Council came despite an effort led by Israel and backed by US President-elect Donald Trump to block the text. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu immediately rejected the UN resolution and slammed the outgoing administration of President Barack Obama for refusing to veto it. Trump reacted after the vote by promising change at the body after he takes office next month. I guess that is part of the issue. Another part is a statement from our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the official spokesman of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Councillor Ahmed Abu Zaid, said that Egypt decided to submit the draft resolution of the Palestinian settlements, or rather the Israeli settlements activities that was called by the Palestinians, of course, after they finished consulting on it, and then it requested sometimes for making sure that this resolution will not be vetoed after Egypt heard or learned that there was some of the US pressures to veto such a resolution. So he said that Egypt has really demanded the postponement of vetoing on this resolution from the Security Council until assurances came that this resolution will not be vetoed. I guess we'll be highlighting this issue or commenting on this issue, but we'll take a very short break and we'll come back for discussion.
Be the first to know. The news live at the site of the event. Information on events as they are happening.